Hey folks, this is Vincent Natalie with Dad's Gaming Addiction, and today we're going to play Point City. This game supports 1 to 4 players. It's for ages 10 and up, and the average play time is 15 to 30 minutes. This is our first time playing this, so we might get a rule wrong or two, but as I always say, we're here to spread awareness, have some fun, and show off some really cool games.
You didn't do it this time.
No, I'm trying to behave myself.
Wow.
Yeah, all right. She's referring to the fact that see, you just did it.
Oh.
All right. Well, see what you started?
Yeah.
All right. So here's a quick look at the box insert. The cards themselves are double-sided. One side contains some kind of building, like this quarry here. The cost is on the bottom, and on the reverse side is the actual resource. So throughout the game, these cards will have multi-use. The cards themselves are broken up into 1 dotted cards, 2 dotted cards, and 3 dotted cards. So there's the 3 dotted cards there, then the 2 dotted cards, and then the 1 dotted cards. And what you're going to do to set up the game is remove so many from each type, depending on your player count. So in a 2-player game, all of these will not be used. These are just randomly removed. There is a chart in the rulebook somewhere, there it is, that will tell you how many that you're supposed to get rid of. Yes, the game does support a solo mode as well, so if you check out the back of the rulebook, there is a solo mode. I have not had a chance to read it. When I start looking at if-thens, then I'm like, okay, I'll check this out later. It doesn't seem like a simplistic way of how the computer operates, but I would love to try it at some point. But anyway, so you remove so many of these cards from each deck, as it were, depending on the player count. And you set it up, you start dealing out. The 3s are on the bottom, the 2s are on the middle, and then the 1 dotted cards are on the top. And then you deal out a 4x4 grid like this with the resource side up. On the reverse side are buildings, like I was mentioning earlier, and throughout the game we can be flipping these cards over and possibly acquiring them. The game is a little bit like Splendor in the sense that these buildings will provide some kind of permanent resource. That's what this is in the upper left-hand corner. So as you add buildings to your array, you can use these permanent resources to help you acquire other cards. So again, like in Splendor, you're sort of engine building a little bit to acquire the more difficult cards. That's why the deck is separated between 1, 2, and 3. 1 dotted cards being the easiest to get, with the 3 dotted cards being the most difficult to get. There are also these like goal tokens over here, kind of like in Point Salad, which is the follow-up to this game. There are goals that you'll be trying to shoot for. And if you build a civic building, which is a card that has this symbol on it, you'll be able to pick any one of these tokens and put it in front of you, and this gives you victory points at the end of the game. 3 per each pairing of this type, for example. There are more in the box. There's the remaining tokens that we didn't use. I think 4 of them are like some kind of promo pack thing from the Kickstarter campaign. Along the bottom here are 2 special kind of tokens that are only there for guides as we need them, and I'll explain them later. But as you take cards from the array, you have to refill it from the deck at the end of your turn, but on the opposite side. So if you take a resource, you flip this over as a building. Or if you take a building from the array, you put a resource in there. So these tokens are meant to like keep track of what's supposed to go there in case you forget. Okay. And then there is 1 guide card that sort of lays out the term summary, and we'll get into that in a second. This is just the setup aid here, which I already showed you. Each player also starts with 1 of these ingenuity cards. This is a wild resource and can be discarded along with any of these other ones to help you build what you might need. The start player is the one with this little meeple shadow symbol on it. So you're going to be starting player.
Oh, okay.
Okay. So how's the turn play out? Well, optionally at the beginning of your turn, you can flip a resource card if a row or column is all resources. So since this is all resources, you can take one of these cards and flip it over to the building side. Since this is all resources, you could pick pretty much any card you want in the very beginning, you can flip over. So if a row or column is all resources, you can pick one of those cards and flip it over to its building side. Then you select any 2 adjacent cards from the market, which is this. They have to be adjacent. Or you can just take 2 cards from the draw pile. You cannot mix and match. You can't do 1 and 1. Mm-hmm. It's either these 2 or 2 from here, adjacent.
Okay.
Okay. Next, if you are getting a building from the array, you have to pay the cost. Okay, so you can't take the card unless you can pay for it. Mm-hmm. Okay, if you happen to construct a building that had a civic icon on it, you can select one of those tokens, and then refill the market from top to bottom, left to right. And again, they have to be opposite. So if you take a resource from here, you flip this next card over as a building, and we keep going until the array cannot be filled up by drawing from the deck. That'll signal the end of the game. So when this deck runs out and we pick something from here and now there's a gap and we can't fill it, that signals the end of the game.
I see.
Okay.
What is the quick reference?
The quick reference is the same thing. Oh. How to set up the game, how a turn plays out, and so on. That's it. It's the same thing as this, front and back.
Okay, cool.
So, but I'll still have it just in case.
Yeah.
All right, so with that being said, shall we give this a try?
Sure.
Okay, so optionally, you can flip one of these cards over.
I am going to do that.
Okay, so which one would you like to flip over?
Let's do the industry because it's pink.
All right, and now you can choose two. Do you want to pick two from here? Pick two from the array that are adjacent. You cannot take this card right now because you don't have the resources to pay for.
So you can have a hand of resources.
Yes, you're gonna have resources like in Splendor. Think of these cards as tokens from Splendor. You turn them back in, you discard them whenever you use them. Okay. But permanent resources, once you acquire them, stay in your array.
Okay. So do these count as permanent resources?
No, that's victory. That's end game victory point scoring.
Yes, but it says like 3 per pairing of a lightning and a...
Those are buildings.
So these are buildings.
Yes. Not
just the hands
Correct.
of cards. Mm-hmm. I see. Okay. All right. So 2 adjacent. Can I pick this and this?
No, they have to be adjacent.
To this?
No. Adjacent to the one that you just picked up.
Oh, I see.
So the 2 cards you pick up, they have to be next to each other.
I see. Okay. I thought it was adjacent to the one that you flipped over.
No, because you may not always flip over a card.
I see.
That's optional.
That's right.
So because you chose 2 resources, this comes up building, and this comes up as a building.
Okay, cool.
Okay. And that, I think, is the end of your turn.
Okay.
So now I'm good. And remember, this is a wild resource, should you ever want to use it.
Okay.
I'm going to go ahead and choose... well, I mixed these up really good, didn't I? I'm going to do... I'm going to pick these 2.
Okay.
I'm not going to flip any buildings over.
Okay.
And then optionally you get to do a building.
Yeah. Let's do... I'm actually going to pick a card.
Okay.
2 adjacent ones, right? Let's do... Well, this is kind of tough now. There's so many choices. Okay. I'll do this one and this one. These 2.
Okay. And then those have to be buildings. Okay. 1 and 2. All right. So I'm looking for... Wow. I think I'm going to go with these 2.
Okay.
And then... And as the optional action, you can never flip these back to the resource side.
I see.
These numbers are victory points on the top right,
in
case you're wondering.
Okay.
Anytime you see this little circle with a number in it, those are victory points.
Okay.
This is that civic thing I was talking about, that you acquire one of those.
Yes. I'm going to grab... There's no hand limit, you said, right?
No.
I'm going to grab these 2 here.
Okay. So these flip over as buildings. And again, you could use these as a reminder, hey, you should put 2 buildings here because...
Yeah, if you have a bad memory.
If you have a bad memory, you could totally, yeah.
Okay.
That's what those do. Okay. I am going to... Well, here's the thing. How am I supposed to grab these buildings if they're all buildings like this? Like, this is getting rough. Because I have the resources to pay for one of them, but not the other one. I mean, I could just grab 2 from there. You know what? I'm going to do... I don't have that, dang. Okay. At some point, I'm going to need these 2. I have ingenuity. I could use that if I really wanted to, but...
I'm going to pay for building.
Okay.
I'm going to pay this and this. Oops.
So, you remember the building that you pick. So, which cards are you picking up?
I'm going to pick up this building.
Okay. Now, when you pick up a building, that's one card. You also have to pick up another card. So, it's either you get these two or these two, which is fine. You could pick up the ecology card.
Can you build 2 buildings at the same time?
Yeah, if you have the resources for it.
Oh, interesting. Okay. So they have to be adjacent with each other
Correct.
all the time.
Mm-hmm.
I see. Okay, I'll do that.
So you're going to pick up these two.
So this would be a resource.
That would be a resource.
And then this one would be a building.
Building, yes.
Yep.
And now you have to discard
the cost for this. So that would be a lightning and a nature to build this.
And that goes permanently into your array.
Yes.
So make sure that your buildings are separated from your purchasing cards that you have.
Correct.
Okay. I don't think I want to flip anything over at this time. I could pay for that one. That's just a lot of points, but I kind of want to build my engine too. Let's see. I have no community whatsoever. I could do those two and grab that. That's a lot up there. I don't know. Like I'm kind of torn between a couple of things here, but the problem is I can't complete. Okay, so those two and
Decision paralysis.
Yeah. All right. So I'm going to take 2 buildings.
Oh.
I've got the energy and ecology for this one, and that goes discard. And I've got 2 industry and economy for this one, and these go into my array. And resources come out because these were buildings.
Yes.
And that should be it.
Okay. I'm also going to build 2 buildings.
Okay.
I'm going to build this one here.
So you need you just need 2 people.
Yep, which is this one gives permanent.
Yes. Mm-hmm.
And I'm also going to discard this one to build this here.
Yep.
And
that was a building, so I'll put that as a resource.
And then I'm going to build this one for 2 leaves, which is my wild and my green.
All right. So we need 2 resources there. 1, 2. Okay. I don't have a whole lot of resources left at this point, but I can use these now, which is awesome. Is there anything in the array that would let me do? Okay. I'm going to do this. I am going to take these 2. I've got an ingenuity still, so I'm going to use that as my next. I've got 2. I need 2 people and 1 economy. So I'm going to put that here. This goes away. This goes away, and I'm going to use my people for the second one here. And that was. I'm going to take this other card, and this becomes a resource, and that becomes a building. Yep.
Okay. Let's do. Okay. Sorry, I'm thinking.
Take your time. I still don't know what I'm going to do, to be honest.
Yeah, same. Let's do. Oh, I can't. Well, can you, when you build one?
You have to take 2 cards.
Yes. But does the building that you just built take into effect so that you can get the adjacent one?
Like, no. You have to have it on you now, I think.
Oh, wow.
I was looking that up. Yeah.
Darn. Okay, in that case. Darn, that stinks. Okay. I'll just build the birdhouse.
Oh, no, actually, you may always draft a resource card. Take the resource card and place it in front of you. This card may be used this turn or on future turns to provide the... Yeah, so you can draft a resource and then for your second card, use that resource.
Okay, so let's see if I get this straight. So if I build this one here, right?
Yes.
That's 1 and then 2, a lightning.
Yes.
And I build it. Can I use 3 coins to build this adjacent one?
I don't see why not.
Okay. Which I'm going to do then. and that also gives that.
Okay. Did you spend this as well, or what did you spend exactly?
Yeah, the lightning and the
Okay, so
volt.
these are 2 resources. 1, 2. Now, because you got a civic, I think, didn't you?
Yes, right here.
Yeah. So that means...
I can build one of these in my next
the game
turn.
recommends that you stack these like this, just so you can keep track easily, like in Splendor, how we stack them.
Sure, that's fine.
So you get to pick one of these tokens.
That's later, right?
No, that's the end of your turn.
Oh.
You bought 2 things, you got 2 cards, and now because you built that, you get to take a token.
Oh, I see. Okay.
This is just flat 5 points right here.
Yeah.
2 points for every ingenuity card you have at the end of the game.
Yeah.
Because there are more somewhere in this deck.
Let's just do type with 2+. What does that mean?
Type with 2+.
Is it this? Like these resources? 2+ resources?
Maybe.
I'm not sure.
That's a good question. All right, so we looked up this token, type with 2+. And according to the example in the rulebook, if you happen to have a set of the same resource type in the upper left-hand corner like this, and you have that many of that set, you get that many points. So in this case, she would get 2 points because she has a set of 2 if she decides to take that one.
Yeah. I don't know. I'll take something I can understand.
Well, basically, you want if you take this, you're going to want another one of these, another one of these,
Yeah.
or as many. You want an even numbered set of resources.
Yeah. Problem is, I don't see any of that on the board. I'll just do this one for now.
Okay, and that one is a set 3 points for every set of this and this. Yep.
Yeah, sure.
That's good.
Okay.
Okay, so
it's
my
your
turn. Yeah, I don't think I'm going to flip anything over at this point because resources are a little scarce. I could do that one. Now that I know that I can like pick up a resource and immediately use it for something else, like now I'm like, okay. All right, so I'm going to do this. I'm just going to take these 2 because I can't do anything else. And now we're getting into the 2 cards because now that's 2 of that resource type there.
Yeah. Okay. 2. Oh, okay.
So these are now 2 leaves. This is two of these.
So these buildings are going to get more expensive?
Yes, they're getting more. Wow. Yeah, this is now. Yeah, we're going to get more expensive cards now.
Wow. Okay. Okay then. Oh, this is tough. I guess I'll do this. I'm gonna, hold on.
Oh, I forgot I had these. I'm an idiot. I totally forgot I had these resources.
Yeah, like the permanent resources.
Yeah. You can tell we haven't played this before.
That's okay. So if I have 2, okay. I'm gonna take this.
Okay.
And then
use it immediately to get this one.
Yeah.
Because you have a power, and the cards that you have down there give you that.
Yeah, I am. I was thinking about it, so.
Okay. So this was a resource. And this was a building. Yeah, they're getting a little bit more expensive now. All right. Yeah, you will see more of these ingenuity cards come up as well.
Oh,
these wild resources.
Okay, sure.
Okay. You're like, yeah, whatever.
No, I mean like, okay, I get it.
Yes. Okay. As much as I want that, I need more stuffs. There's that one, and then okay. So I'm gonna take these 2, I think.
Oh, nice.
I've got the cards for this one, and then for this one I have a card, and actually no,
you can save it.
Yeah, I've got that. Yeah, so I'll just do these 2. These 2 pays for this one, and these 2 cards pay for this one. So I'm just going to discard these and take these 2. and start just stacking. And then these two were buildings, so they go resource side up.
Nice.
All right.
Okay. I'm going to. Ooh.
You got this.
Ooh. See, the thing is. All right, I'm gonna pick up this one here.
Okay.
I'm gonna use it to build this one.
Of course you will. Yeah. Why not?
Yeah, because I have the people resources right here, and
Yep.
I'm spending this
Okay.
to build that.
So this one was the double leaf?
That was the building. So
Okay.
this is a resource, and this is a building right here.
I don't remember.
That's okay.
That's why these tokens exist.
Yes.
Okay. Well, now that these harder cards are coming out.
It's tough.
Yeah. I think I'm going to... Well, I could do that one for sure. That one... Don't have any power. I feel like you're way further ahead in this than I am at the moment. Okay, I would just be simple about this and just take these two.
Okay.
I'm going to take this one.
Can you spend one energy?
I don't have any energy. Well, yeah, I can overpay.
Oh, overpay. I was gonna say,
Yeah.
like, can you make change? I meant.
No, I can't make change.
I see.
So I'm going to pay 2 energy to do that, and I have the people resource. So that goes here, and that goes here, and this was a resource that becomes a building, and this becomes a resource.
Okay. All right. Let's see. I'm going to. I'm gonna get this one and this one.
Okay, both buildings coming out. Okay,
Wow.
wow, that's tough to get.
That's scary.
Holy crap. Yeah. Some of these are just unreachable. All right, so what I'm going to do is I need to start earning some points. So 2 points for every that. 3 points for every that. Oh, that's a tough decision. I think I'm going to grab a resource in a building here. What is this? 4 points for every missing type. So for every missing type of resource, if I had to guess, just make sure that that's right.
Yeah, so if you don't have like a...
Yeah, my guess is, there's no examples in the back of the rulebook, which is, that's just awful.
Like, I imagine, like...
Missing type of resource, if I
Yeah.
had to guess.
So if you don't have the lightning symbol, that would be 4 points.
Right, which I think I can do better than that. So I'm going to take this one and this one.
Oh, okay.
So that was a building, and this is going to become a resource. And I'm going to use this card that I just picked up along with this card that I have and then this symbol over here to get this civic building.
Nice.
And that's going to let me pick one of these. So this is 2 points for every leaf. This is 2 points for every energy, which I don't have. 3 points for every combination of this and power. I don't have that. So maybe this one, 3 points for every combination of finance and industry. That might be something to think about. Because all I need is one more card and I can make that 6 points. So I think I'm going to grab this one and try and focus on these industry and economic things. So I'll put that down here, and then this becomes a building, and that becomes a resource.
Nice. Okay. Ooh. Okay, here's what I'll do. Darn. You have... Okay, so... Sorry.
Wow, she's already looking at my tableau to see what I need.
I sure am. All right.
I don't do that to you because I'm nice.
Yeah. Okay.
It sucks because all these cards, I'm like missing one resource.
I know, same. Oh, this is tough. I think I'm gonna have to. Okay. No, I can't do that. Can I? No. If I did. Okay. Okay. Oh, I'm gonna grab this.
Yes, you will.
And this.
Yes, you will. So these two buildings come out.
Okay.
1, 2. Oof. Okay, still not helpful. So that leaves me with a bit of a problem. I think I'm going to grab these two cards.
Okay. And those are both buildings.
Yeah. And I may be making a mistake. I mean, I should be filling them top down, left or right, but I don't think it really matters at this point.
What do you mean?
Whenever you refill the array, you should do it like a book.
Oh, that's fine.
I'm just saying. Those rule people out there, you're not filling the array the right way.
That's fine.
Yeah.
Okay, so let's do this. If I did. All right, I'm going to spend 2 leaves to build this here.
Oh, okay. And you have to take something else.
Yes.
Adjacent to it.
I'm going to...
And that's going to be a resource.
Yes, resource. I'm going to...
You're doing so much better than I am.
I will... Oh, this is hard because there's so many things I want to do.
Me too, but you know.
You know.
Okay, Christopher Walken.
Sorry. Let's spend 1 to build this townhouse here.
Ooh. So you have 2 lightning bolts and a manufacturer. So you're going to use your ingenuity card to pay for the remaining manufacturer. So that goes in your tableau somewhere.
Yep.
And that was a building. So they both become resources, right? You got 2 buildings this turn?
Yes. Sorry, I was still planning.
No, you're fine. Trying to outdo me as usual.
No.
Okay. Very tempting. I'm going to grab... Oh, see, that's interesting. Okay. So if I did that... Oh, man. Decisions. Because I want something else as well. But that's not going to help me later. Okay. I'm just going to grab these.
Oh, man.
So this is going to help pay for this. So I've got 3 energy. So I'm just going to spend that. And this is another civic building. This was a building, so that becomes a resource. And that was a resource, that becomes a building.
Yep.
So I get to pick another token. And I'm looking at... this is just flat 5 points at this point. That might be something to think about. I have no lightning bolt symbols anywhere. I'm very limited on that. Type with 2. I mean, that's 4 points right there because I've got a set 2 and 2. So I might go with this and think long term rather than just do flat out 5 points. I think I'm going to do that one because there's a chance I'll get another manufacturer thing in the future, and that makes that 6 points. And yeah, so I think I'm going to keep that one.
Okay.
And resource will go here, and a building will go there.
Okay. Nice. Okay.
Setting everything up all nice for you.
Yes, thank you. I'm going to build this.
Yeah, yes.
With the 2 people and the lightning that I have, and I'm going to take this.
Oh, of course. So that was a building and a resource is how that played out, right?
Yes.
Okay, so the building goes here, and the resource goes there.
Yep.
Lots of community. Okay. Oh boy. Okay. I have a lot of civic stuff, but I don't have, like, my engine is pretty crap right now. I need, this, okay, so I'm going to take, these two.
Okay.
I'm going to take the economy and this one. So I don't need this because I've got 2 coins there. And I will need this along with this to pay for these 3 leaves.
Okay.
So this is going away and this is going to go here.
Yep.
And if I remember right, that was a resource and this was a building. So a resource needs to go there and a building needs to go there.
Okay. I am going to pay for this one. That's 2 people and 3 of these engines.
Wow, you're doing so good.
I'll do that. And I'm also going to buy this electric
For free. Yeah.
trailer for free.
Yeah, you totally won this. Look how many things. You're buying consistently 2 buildings every turn.
And I'm going to build this token here.
All right. And which one did you grab? 3 points for every
This one.
finance. Oh yeah, that's that's good. Okay. I'm gonna take. One thing I forgot to mention, I don't think we've done it. If you're buying 2 buildings, you can't use the same resource twice. So, like, if one building costs 2 of these, I can use these 2 to pay for this, but I then can't use these same 2 to buy.
Yeah. I
Just like in Splendor, well, in Splendor you can't double
Here,
buy.
Double.
But I'm just saying, like, you can't use one resource twice if you're buying 2 buildings. But that being said, this one's a free card for me, and it's 5 points. I can't pass that up. So I'm definitely going to take this one for free because I've got that. And I'm going to put a resource there, and I have to pick something next to it. The question is what? I've got a lot of that. I think I'm going to grab this one.
That was a great one.
And that was a resource, so that turns into a building.
Yep.
So first a resource goes here, and a building goes here.
Nice.
All right.
Okay.
These are the 3-pointers? Yeah, these are the 3 daughters.
Like okay. I'm going to actually get this one here for free.
Of course you will.
And I'm going to grab this 4-pointer.
For free. Wow, that's really good. So those are both resources.
Yes.
1, 2. Okay. Oh, boy.
Options everywhere.
Yeah, really. Well, the problem is my inability to... Oh, man. Oh, this stinks. Okay. That. Nope. Okay. So I think I'm going to do this. I'm going to grab this one for sure because I can spend these 2 and these 2 to grab this civic building. And I get to grab a token in a moment. It's going to be a resource when we draw it. And I have to pick a second one here. Can't get that because I don't have the resources for it. I already have an economy, so I don't think I need another one. It's either going to be this or this. I have less of these, so I'm going to take the ecology. And that was a resource that'll turn into a building. So we have resource.
Yep. Resource there. And
a building.
Here.
And then I get to take a token.
Yep.
So which token do I want? 3 points for, nope. 2 points for relief, nope. 2 points for every ingenuity card, I have none. 5 points at this point just might be what I need. So I'm just going to grab the 5 points because it's getting a little nitty gritty.
A little bit.
Yeah, it's your turn.
Okay. What is this? Is this like on
2
your
points?
hand?
No, for every one of these that you didn't spend at the end of the game.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Every wild you have left over.
Yeah. Okay.
Wow. Okay.
Let's go for. Let's see. All right. I think. Okay. Okay. Oof.
Oof, indeed.
Oof. You're probably going to get those two, one of those two down there.
You think so?
Maybe, I don't know.
You assume a lot.
I do assume a lot. I do.
Yes, you do.
Let's grab...
You assume I have a plan.
Do you not?
No.
No.
I'm making this up as I go.
I see. I'm going to grab this.
Okay, that's one.
And I'm going to build something. So this is a resource, so this was supposed to be a
building. Yep.
I'm going to build something. Question is, what am I going to build? Okay. Huh. Unless if I just grab that. So if I grab it, no, because that'll leave it open.
Will it?
Yeah. I'm just gonna build this.
Okay, so that was a resource. Mm-hmm. So you have everything. You don't even need to. Wow. So resource goes here, and a building goes here. That's actually a good one for me.
Yep.
So the question is, where can I use that? I can't pass that up because I don't have any energy whatsoever. The question is, what else can I do? I can go this way with it. I can go this way with it. Wow. What do I? Well, these are both a single point either which way I do it. Yeah. Maybe I go down this way for reasons. Yeah. So I'm going to take this one. And I'm going to go down.
A building?
Yeah, I'm going to go down here.
Okay.
And I'm going to spend my 2 leaf. Because I only have 1, so I need another 1. Plus 2 of these manufacturers to take that one. And that was a resource. And that's going to go here.
Nice.
All right. And a building goes here. And a resource goes there.
Okay.
That's it for me.
Alrighty then. Ooh, it is getting sweaty.
If you insist.
It is. Okay. Let's see. Let's do something crazy.
Crazy.
Yes. Let's see if I do that though. How many coins do you have?
Wow, I have 3.
Okay.
How can I screw you over?
I'm gonna do this. And I'm gonna take this.
Okay.
And I'm gonna spend 2 of these.
To do that. So you get a free civic building.
Yes. And I'm gonna grab one of these.
Okay, do it. And then I'm gonna put a building out for me and a resource down here. Not resource. Which is actually what I want, I think.
I'm gonna grab
so
this
I'll wait.
one.
At this point, I can't pass up points.
Yep.
So I'm gonna take that one and that one.
Perfect.
And so this is ingenuity, and I have 2 and 1, this is just 4 points at this point. So we'll just do something like that. And this top one was a
buildings.
building.
These were both buildings, weren't they?
No, one was an ingenuity card.
Oh, so this is this is supposed to be a building.
Yeah, I think so.
I think.
No, I think the ingenuity card was here and the building was up here.
Okay.
So
I took the.
So this would have gone here and a building would have gone here.
I see. Play by the rules. That's
Gotta
right.
play by the rules.
Okay. I am going to. Ooh, crazy stuff.
And the reason I keep squaring these up, this deck, because you're not supposed to know what the second card is. If you decide to take from the deck, you're not supposed to know what the second card is.
There should have been like a contraption then. Like some board games have contraptions where like.
You mean like one of those card holders?
Yeah, so that you won't see what the
like
next
the
card is.
dealers at Vegas, they slide them from the thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm surprised this game didn't come with that. But anyway.
Well, hun, look at the size of the box.
It is small.
Unless you want to pay $50 for a small card game.
The insert, though. Like, inserts take up
okay.
like 50% of the box space.
Wow.
Anyways.
Okay, sure.
So, let's do...
You're wrong.
Okay. Let's do...
Indeed.
I'm going to do this one here.
Of course you will.
And I'm going to build this right here.
Of course you will.
And I'm going to build this with 1 ingenuity.
Okay.
And I'm going to put that up here.
Of course you will. So that was a building, right?
Yes.
So resource.
And then that's a building.
Building, okay. Well.
Crazy stuff.
Crazy. Okay. Can I make use of any of this stuff? Like I can pay for this outright. The question is, where do I go from there? Because I can't use the same symbols again. I could just take the energy. We're at the point now we can just take free stuff all the time. Well, you can. I'm still having issues with that.
Nah, you can.
I kind of want... That would give me 3 points. Okay. So I think what I'm going to do is play it. It's just a waste. Okay, yeah, I'm going to take this one for sure. Because it's just free for me. And I'm going to pick one to take. I just don't know which. This was that's going to be a resource. Out of these two, I can't pay for this because I can't use the same symbols again. And I don't have 2 leaves anyway. So I'm just going to take the energy. And that was a resource. So that becomes a building.
Yep.
And that becomes a resource.
Nice. Okay. Let's see. All right. I'm going to build this.
Ooh.
For free.
For free. And that was a building, so that becomes a resource.
And I'm going to build this for
and
free.
Wow, okay. Dang. So they're both resources.
Yes.
1. Okay, we're getting toward the end there. All right. I need some big plays. I'm going to use my... Okay, so I'm going to use my power and an ingenuity to pay for this one because I've got a leaf.
Yep.
That's just 5 points. It doesn't do anything, unfortunately, besides that. So those go away. And that was a building that becomes a resource. So I have to pay for something else next to it. Unfortunately, I can't afford that one. So I need to take one that... there's nothing on the board, really, that I could... Well, crap. I mean, I'll just take this energy over here and be done with it.
Okay.
So
that's a building.
Yeah, it's a building. So that becomes a
resource,
and that becomes a building.
So is this going to be the last turn of the game?
Yes, which is kind of weird because
I started.
Yeah, I feel like I didn't get enough turns. Maybe I was supposed to take from the deck to draw it out. I don't know. But yeah, it just says the game is over when...
you want to take one more turn?
No, that's okay. When the market is no longer able to be refilled because the draw pile has been depleted. Each player will play exactly 17 turns, and the market will have 14 cards remaining in it. That doesn't sound... Unless I miscounted somewhere. So that means... Unless we just end the game now. We should have an equal number of turns, and I didn't see an equal number of turns here.
Yeah, we can end the game now if you'd
Okay.
like. Which stinks because I was going to build that.
I know. But like you started and like you get one final turn. I don't. I miscounted the cards somewhere. Or...
Maybe we weren't supposed to use the cards that we purchased to purchase other cards.
No, that's not it. No, because you're going to take 2 cards from the array regardless.
Yeah.
So we each should have had an equal number of turns. So I probably miscounted 2 cards. Either I left 2 cards out or
that's okay.
Missed 2 cards. But anyway, so that'll end the game.
Okay.
So now, based on our score... there's a number of different ways you're going to score. There's add up the points printed on their constructed building cards and the points gained by their civic tokens, and the player with the most points wins. Okay, so after much maths, it came out to be that I had 25 points versus her 20 with regards to these points listed on the cards. Now, when it comes to the civic token, she really made out. She had like 9, 9, and 9. I miscounted up here. But yeah, 9, 9, and 9. She had 27 points with just these 3 tokens alone, which is pretty good. And I only had like 6, 6, and 5 per token. So in the end, she won like by about 5 points.
Yeah, I was planning on grabbing this one and then this one to get this. And that would have been an extra 8 points.
Wow. So did you like this?
I really liked this. This was a sweaty game.
Yeah, it was.
I feel like this is really competitive compared to Point Salad. Like, Point Salad is pretty competitive, but this is like scary.
I feel like I played this wrong for half the game. I feel like I wasn't making the best decisions. I feel like I wasn't like, I was just getting the hang of, oh wait, I can take this and then use that to pay. Like for the first like 3 or 4 turns, I didn't think I could. I forgot. Yeah, rest. And then I forgot I had resources at all. Yeah. So now I'm like, well, I need these 2 for that. And yeah, so I didn't play my best, which is fine. I had fun.
That's actually scary because we were close. So if you actually played your best, you would have skyrocketed ahead of me.
No,
and
you did.
Is terrifying.
You were taking consistently. You were taking 2 cards per turn, whereas I was only getting 1 on average. Total, you had 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 7, 10, 13, 14, 17, 19 cards, and I had 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 16. You had 3 more cards than I did. So like you consistently were taking the lead on things. Like, you were doing very well.
I was really trying to hammer on these, which means that I needed a lot of these resources. So I was trying to engine build as well as like do the token thing, but you were grabbing the cards that I wanted, the big pointers.
And the early game, I saw that you were beating me in engine building. Yeah. So I'm like, well, now I have to try and do the victory point game.
Yeah.
Because like I knew I couldn't beat you with resources, so now I had to beat you with like just get as many victory points as I possibly could.
I was expecting the opposite. I thought you were going to be really good at the engine building and I would have to do the victory thing. But by the time I was really getting my engine, I couldn't get those big cards because I was really focused on the tokens.
That was good.
Yeah,
I like this. I mean, it was there's a couple of things that confused us like in the early part, but I think it flowed very well. I like the fact that, cards are double use. There's always that option to flip a card over to see what building, but you never know what you're going to get. You know that the resource here is going to match the resource that you can use in the future should you build this.
Oh.
But you don't know what the building cost is going to be.
Okay.
So it's like every time you flip a card over, you know this is going to provide you a coin.
Oh.
Usually.
I didn't even notice that.
Yeah, like the community there's a purple resource there. Some of them might be civic. Like this one was, that's just a point. I don't know which one the civics were.
The civics, there's civics here, and then
it could be any. Okay, so any card. Yeah. So it's either going to be a civic building or a resource of that. Yeah. So yeah, I mean, I like that. It's really cool. It has that point salad feel, but it's more grid based. Like this whole 4x4. Between Everdale and Earth, doing this 4x4 thing. It's kind of like it seems like a lot of games are doing that nowadays. But I'm fine, and I like this. And there, like you said, there's a lot of competitiveness because like we're fighting over the same things on the grid.
Yeah.
We see a good play and both of us want it.
Yeah.
I was just, yeah.
These are so
Those
ridiculous.
ingenuity cards, you were getting so many of those.
I had to because I didn't have enough leafy buildings.
Me
I was
neither.
so focused on these 3. You at least had 1. You had 1 ahead of me. The first part, and then I finally kind of nabbed these. I snatched them up.
Would you play this again?
I would, but man, I'd be so terrified. Point salad is competitive, but like I'd play point salad like, okay, whatever, it's casual.
But this game's more serious to you?
Yeah, I don't know why. Like I want to be like, no, my card,
Yeah.
But it's a fun one. I really do like this one.
Do you have a preference on which game to play? Like, do you prefer point salad over this, or do you like this game better?
I actually like this one better because the engine building is really satisfying. The fact that you can like start to purchase like these really high level cards because of your engine is really cool, and if you don't have the engine for it, you can always like aim for what you did, the victory point cards.
Yeah, point salad doesn't have engine building.
Yeah,
like, all you're doing in that game is you're grabbing vegetables.
It's a set collection.
It's more set collection than engine building. You're still collecting sets sometimes for these tokens, but primarily it's like a Splendor. It's like a unique twist on Splendor. If Splendor in Point Salad had a baby, I feel like this would be
it.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So
yeah, like you're trying to engine build to get to these tokens or to get to those victory points. I really liked it. It was a lot of fun. I would play this.
Yeah, me too. I really like this one.
Off camera, I'm gonna actually look at each individual card and see what we built in our cities.
Wow, there you go.
That's my favorite.
As a theme kind of thing.
Part of it.
These are all the different civic tokens that we didn't use.
Wow.
Like 4 of these again, I think the ones I have flipped.
Wow.
These are promo ones. Yeah, the starred ones are promo ones for the Kickstarter.
Jeez.
So yeah, lots of each game's going to change because you're not going to have the same 10. Well, again, the number of tokens that you put out is based on number of players as well.
Yeah.
In a 2-player game, it's 10 tokens.
Are all the cards different? Like, do they each have different types of buildings?
I think so.
Oh, that is so
I could be
cool.
wrong. Having only one game under my belt.
No, we got a tree house. Oh, but they're different colors. Look at that. That is so cool.
One's green, one's orange.
I love games where they actually try and make each card unique. I'm so tired of board games that have like the samey kind of cards.
Mm-hmm.
Like that's so lazy to me.
Yeah.
But
this game's super colorful. Looking at this grid, the yellow, everything pops.
Yeah.
Like very well.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, all right. Point City. It was a great game. I liked it.
Definitely.
Can't wait to play it again. Point City. This is Vincent Idali. Thanks for watching. We'll catch you all next time. Take care.
Bye, guys.